From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. A major employer of Canadian veterans is fighting Ottawa over the loss of a long-standing federal contracting privilege. The Canadian Corps of Commissionaires says ending its first right of refusal could cost it about $330 million annually. CEO Michel Charron says the decision came without warning, and he has not secured a meeting with the minister. The government says the change will open up a more competitive procurement process. Ottawa has given the green light to a $4 billion Enbridge natural gas pipeline expansion in British Columbia. Enbridge Gas Transmission and Midstream President Matthew Ackman says he appreciates the improved tone from the federal government when it comes to building new energy export infrastructure, but also the approved timelines are still a concern.
There are ways to have just as rigorous a consultation process, just as rigorous an environmental review process and community engagement process, but do it faster. We've been at this project almost 4 years already and still don't have a shovel in the ground. So Canada is going to have to move faster in order to compete.
With the Sunrise Expansion project, Enbridge plans to build a new pipeline segment along its existing West Coast system. Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew says his plan to cut tax on food at grocery stores will be expanded to include convenience stores. Basic groceries are already tax-exempt, but the change will remove the tax from snacks, soft drinks, and prepared meals. Convenience store owners cried foul, and Kinew has listened.
The upshot is stores that sell Slurpees are going to have the tax off now, is what we're looking at. So that is an expansion. I think this will capture most of what we would think of as mums and pops.
Kinew originally planned to remove the sales tax from food at grocery stores only as of July 1st, as part of a bid to help people with the cost of living. Multiple vehicles are stranded in snow on a highway linking Fort McMurray and Edmonton as snowstorms and high winds continue to hammer the prairies. RCMP Staff Sergeant Sabrina Clayton says some motorists stuck on Highway 63 are running out of medication, food, and water.
We've had a number of people stranded out there overnight. Our members have been responding to the area, and we are currently working on a plan to get the plows to where they need to be and the tow trucks in there to get people moving again.
While southbound lanes of the artery remained open, Clayton warns people they should only travel on them if it's absolutely necessary. U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are heading to Pakistan for talks with Iran's foreign minister as efforts to resume a ceasefire discussion continue. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has arrived in Islamabad today, saying his trip will focus on regional and bilateral issues. The White House says Vice President J.D. Vance and other top officials remain on standby as Washington looks for signs of progress. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Ottawa Senators face elimination minus their number one defenseman when they host the Carolina Hurricanes tomorrow afternoon. Ottawa head coach Travis Green says Jake Sanderson has a concussion after taking a hit to the head from Carolina forward Taylor Hall. The hit occurred during last night's 2-1 Carolina win that put the Hurricanes up 3-0 in the NHL first-round playoff series. Two Canadian teams look to regain their lead in the respective NHL first-round playoff series tonight. The Montreal Canadiens host the Tampa Bay Lightning, while the Edmonton Oilers visit the Anaheim Ducks. Also, Utah hosts Vegas, and all three series are tied 1-1. The Toronto Blue Jays are moving Jeff Hoffman out of the closer role. General Manager Ross Atkins says ninth-inning duties will be a shared responsibility for the short term. Hoffman already blown 3 saves this year, and Toronto starts a 3-game series against visiting Cleveland tonight. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.